Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me. I'm continuing with my Halloween journal, and the kit, if you remember, that I'm using is the Halloween kit from Andrea Allen, that's Artie Mays. I've had a few issues with my recording, and the last video that you see, that you maybe have watched, it came out sideways, gosh, it was awful, and it took me nearly 3 days to try and sort out how to do it. But I have learnt what you need to do, and I think hopefully I've managed to get it the correct way. So carrying on with my journal, I'm kind of at the stage where it is getting really chunky. It is chunky. And so I think what I'm going to do is kind of make things to go in it, pin them where I want them to be. When I say pin, I mean paper clip them in. And then I can gauge how fat it's getting as to whether I actually put them in the journal or not. That's something that I do tend to do. So I've clipped that one in. That is going to be a flip out. We had done that, and I've made like little notes as where I think I might like to put something, and that says top corner, and that's because it's getting quite bottom heavy, so I wanted to put a couple of things at the top. And I had thought about what I wanted to do, and I thought I'd got everything close to me and handy, but it seems I haven't. Right, so what I've done is I've cut these out of one of the kit pages, and I'm going to use those. They're both top corner pockets, so I'm going to put those on and use them as top corner pockets. And I'm just debating whether I want to fold them or stitch them. I think I might stitch them on, actually. I think I might stitch them on. So to do that, I'm going to cut the white bits off. Oh, and I've got myself a lovely little tray, look. I went to the range this morning and I bought this lovely little tray. I think it was £1.50, and it just fits all my little bits and pieces in that I'm always looking for on the desk. So I was well pleased with that. Couldn't get other things I wanted, and I hadn't gone in for a little tray, but never mind. You get what you can when you see it, and if you don't buy it when you see it, you'll always regret it. Right, let's take this piece of paper out, because I want to put one on either side of the page, so it's going to have two top flip pockets. Does anybody else do that? Kind of put a note where you think you might like something. I suppose it could be a bottom pocket as well, couldn't it? It's just I know they were at the top of the page, and that's where I'm going to put them. So let's get those cut. So I don't know if any of you, I've got a bumblebee in the room. I don't know if any of you are doing Halloween. I would love to see what other people make. So, by all means, let me know what you're doing. I'm more than happy to come and have a look at your channel. I do subscribe to quite a lot of people. That does mean that you don't always get a chance to go and see what people are doing, but the thought's there, isn't it? And I think, well, I definitely try to get round and see what other people are making. So I'm going to put those two as top tucks. I'm not going to make the journaling cards and things to go in them. I think I'm going to do that separately, but that's what I'm going to do. And then it'll look like that on that side and that on that side. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've got my slow glue for this, because I just want to put a little bit at the top. You can see that I've kind of reinforced the edge, and that's only because it's going to have things tucked up and in and out. So a little bit of glue on either sides of those. So that's a nice quick pocket to do, isn't it? If there's something that you can fussy cut out of, or that you can make a top corner pocket from one of the kit pages, and it will, I mean, this page is in this journal, but it will look different. Let me just switch my sewing machine on. It'll talk to me in a minute. It tells me when it's on. It takes a minute to wake up. So I'm going to stitch these on. There it goes. It is quite a vocal sewing machine, I have to say. Right, I'm going to just stitch these. I might actually just stitch all the way around this page. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, back again. So you can see I've stitched all the way around that. I've used a zigzag stitch, and it doesn't show up that much on the opposite side because these papers of Andrea's have got like a black edge to it, but I quite like the look that that gives. So that's that one in. That's going to, hopefully that's going to stick there. I definitely wanted those there, so I've stuck them in. This one I have put nothing on there, and I've put long thin pocket on this side, and that's because I've got this what do you call it, ruffle, snippet roll, whatever you like to call it. Brain switched off again, folks. So that's going to go on there at the bottom, so let's get that stuck on, and I'm going to use my Go a Bit Faster glue for this one. Oh, it looks like I've got the Go Really Fast glue for this one, actually. I'm going to put that on there. Don't mind it sticking out a bit, but I don't want it to stick out too far. There we go, that's stuck on there. So what I thought I was going to do to decorate this, what had I thought? I've put long thin pocket there, haven't I? I was thinking whether I could make a thin pocket out of this, and I think that I can, and I think that's what I want to do. But I also want to use the back of it as a flip out somewhere. I'm going to cut that bit off. So that will go on a page, and it will flip like that so that you can write on it, but it'll also be a tuck just there. So I want to save that for somewhere, and that's literally just folding one of the journal pages over. And then that leaves me with this piece. And I want it to be a tall, thin pocket to go here. I am going to have to sacrifice the back, and I do love the back, but I can print it again. It's not a problem. So I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it so that I don't see the bat's wing. And then I'm going to fold that over. So I've made a long tall pocket to go just there. And that will glue on there, and it can be a tuck spot just there, but it will also have a tag in there. So again, that's another really simple way to make a tag. So I can join this on the back. And the way that I like to do it is so that the top fold, sorry bat, ooh. Just thinking that could go there, but it could also flip. No, I'm not going to do that in there because it gets too complicated, I think. Too complicated. I'm just looking to see if I've got a scrap of paper. I've got lots of scraps of paper, but one that I'm going to use. And all I'm going to use this for is at the bottom of that pocket. Oh, just wondering where my scissors were. I've put them in my nice tidy awl. Forgotten already, look. So that is going to glue at the bottom of that pocket, just so that I can get a tag in there nice and easily. I do want to leave some pages without pockets and things on, because obviously I want this to be able to be written on. And there are a couple that I want to leave blank and that I've already decided are going to be blank. And I'm just going to join this up. So I'm going to put glue before I do that, I'm going to do a notch in the top here. And then it'll be fun making just a long thin tag to go in there, won't it? So that is going to be the bottom of the pocket. Well, I hope I put it at the bottom. Yes, I did. That wouldn't be the first time I've put one of those at the top. So that will close like that. And then I'm going to close this as well and make it a nice long tall pocket. That will also, I could cut some of this off to be fair, but I'm going to leave it as is. And I think that's just a nice long tall pocket. And I think I can fit it. Yes, it does fit. I'm not going to put it all the way up to that crease, obviously, because otherwise it gets in the way. But I am going to put, I'm just going to ink that little bit there and there. And then I'm going to ink around the three sides. I've been thinking about a cover for this. And I was going to use, I've got my heart set on using a Tim Holtz window frame and one of Andrea's images on the front of a softcover journal. But the material that I was going to use is like, it's kind of a velvet flock. And I was worried that the window may not glue on very well, which obviously would worry me. So I don't think, I'm thinking of ways around that and how I could resolve that, and there are ways that I could resolve it. But I'm thinking that I might want to make a really grungy cover, going back to kind of my modern, or my quilting techniques that I learnt. Let's just have a look. So that will be like that, and that will be a tuck spot there, and it'll be a tall pocket there. So I think that works well, but I just want to stitch around there, don't I? So yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a grungy cover. So let me just stitch this. Okay, so all that I've done is stitch down there, because I have glued this on, so it is glued on really, really well. But I like to just make sure that it's not going to come apart where it attaches to the page. So that's that side of it done. And I'm just thinking, actually, you can still write on this. I'm just thinking that I might use that on the opposite side of that paper. I think that would work quite well. And then that would be a flip, and it would also be a tuck. And I like that against those two papers. The only, where did it go? Was it next to this? Yes, it was, wasn't it? So the only thing is that you've got the rose there and then you've got the rose there. But to be honest, I don't think I mind that. I quite like that. And I'm just wondering, it doesn't go there. I'm just wondering whether I should put another, no, I don't think I will. So that would be on there, and that would flip out there. It would perhaps need a tab or something. What do we think? Do we think that would look nice there? Let's have a look. I've got some little bits and pieces that I've just been pulling together. It would need something just at the top to show that it lifted out, wouldn't it? And then I could stitch it in. For sure I could, yep. What could I use at the top there? I've got some of this lovely brown, I don't know what it's called, this brown spotty netty stuff. wonder what that would look like. Just there as a flip. I think I might do that. Just shows it's a flip out, doesn't it? Right, I'm just going to stitch this at the top there. One moment. Okay. Sorry, I've got all sorts around me now. So that would go on there. It does fit on. And that shows that you can flip it out. So you've got lots of writing space just there. And you can still write here and it would be a tuck spot. So I'm going to stick that on. The 3 sides. And I might stitch around it, actually. I am quite enjoying seeing the stitched look. I know not everybody likes it, but I think I've said it before, when I make a journal, I make it because I like it. And if other people like it, that to me is an absolute bonus. So I think I'm going to stitch just those bits, but I've got to be careful not to stitch this flap. So I'm going to go and stitch that. One moment. Okay, back again. So I've stitched round there. It looks nice on the opposite side, I think, and that will go in there. It is chunky. If I'm getting a journal like this that's chunky, when I've finished working on it overnight, I put my big ruler on it and I put a couple of heavy books, and it just flattens it down for me, because they do tend to swell, to get a little bit big. Okay, so where are we? That's going on there. I think I am going to put that on there. So why don't I glue that on there? No, I wasn't going to use it as an envelope, was I? Just trying to think what I had decided I was going to do. So this is one of the CD envelopes that comes in Andrea's kits, and this one was from her journal, up from her Halloween kit, gothic kit. I think it was last year's kit, but I'm not promising. I could have got that completely wrong, that it was last year. It's definitely Andrea's. So that's going to glue there. And then I'm going to glue this shut, because I don't want it to be a pocket. I just want it to be a flip on the page, and then you can put something on the back here, and it leaves that page free for you to write on. Just ink those edges, and I've put a little flippy bit on it. See, I'd put that flip there. I was thinking of doing that other one. That will have to be something else now, won't it? Because I've used it. Put some glue on there. It's a really windy day today. All the leaves are blowing around. I love to see them dancing in the autumn. It's not cold, which is good, but it is very windy. Right, so that's on there, and that will flip out like that. So you can put something on here if you want to, and it leaves you all this to write on. I'm debating whether to put this on here, so I am still going to I might stitch down there. It is nicely stitched on though, so I might not. Still debating. So that's going to go on there, I think. So I'm going to leave that there. I want something here that if I put something on, I want something that's going to be a little bit bright. And I don't know yet. So I'm thinking about that bit. So we've got that on there. We did that flip, didn't we? We've put the 2 corner pockets on those. We've put the back flip on there. And that's a tuck spot there. And then on the opposite side, we've done a pocket there, and it's a tag to go in there. I don't want to put anything on, sorry, anything on this red page because I just love it. So I'll have to attach that snippet there. Ah, that's what I was thinking of doing on that one. If you remember, we let me glue this bit on because then I'm not faffing around with that. Spitting glue at me, how rude. I do need some new fine tip nozzle bottles. It's got a bit of glue stuck in it. I must get myself some. I keep looking at them and then thinking, oh, I'll get those, and then I haven't. And then I regret it when I next come to use my glue bottles because I've had them for 3 years using them. I think they do get past the best, don't they? So they have to be stitched on there. Now, if you remember, we made this last time, and what I've done is I've sealed it at the top and I've covered it. So I was going to put that on as a flip on there. So that would flip out. So you've got writing space there and there. I could still use it as a pocket and put a tag in it, but I'm kind of thinking I like it as just a flip. I think it's just a bit different. And if you put something in there, you're not going to see it that well. And I like the ghosting of the page behind it. And I don't know if you can see her, but there is a lady there that was on the Sherlock Holmes page. And it's kind of ghostly through that paper. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. Just thinking, I've got that little pocket. I had 2 of those. What was I going to do? I'm sure I had another one of those. Oh, that was Andrea's. Oh, I could do that, couldn't I? There's another of these pockets. It comes in the kit. And there's another pocket. Ah, it's here. So those 2 join together, like so. And then they go on this background here. And I think actually that might be quite nice to have that as a hidden flip back there. And that could be glued on, couldn't it? If I moved it over, it could have a little tuck spot there. See, this is how my journals get so big and full, because I keep adding things to them. But I think I might do that. I think I might just use that one pocket though. Yes, I like that. Right, decision made. Not at all what I, excuse me, what I thought I was going to be doing on this pocket. But I don't want to open it. I don't want to open it as a pocket. But I do want to jazz it up a little bit on the back. So I'm just going to make sure there's no glaring white bits showing on there. I quite like that, and you can see the rest of that on there. So that's going to get glued on there. So I'm using it how Andrea intended, but not quite how Andrea intended, which is absolutely fine because there are so many different ways to use these kit pages and the ephemera that you get. I think we shouldn't forget that. So that's going to go on there, like that. And that's going to be a pocket. It is a... that is a pocket. It's not going to be a pocket, but that's going to be the tag that goes in there, I think. And then this, I'm going to put over to one side, and I'm going to leave that bit, so I'm going to hold it as a tuck. And yes, these book pages that I'm using is from a medical book. Some of them aren't the nicest of pictures, I have to say, but the paper is really nice. And to use to back pockets and things, it's got real strength to it. So I've really been enjoying using them as, oh, I thought I did it wrong then, as support, strengthening type things. So that's going to go on there. And I guess I should have Woulda, shoulda. Do a little snip in there so that, if nothing else, it's to remind me that that's a pocket. So we've got a pocket just there. In hindsight, add it to it. And then that's going to go on this one, isn't it? And then I will stitch down this because that will then stitch that on as well. But I'm going to put glue on it. Glue that on. So if you're making journals to use yourself, do you like to add lots of pockets and flip outs to add journaling space, or do you like to leave more blank pages that can be written on? I don't know if I put too much in my journals. Nobody's ever said that I do. There's bound to be somebody that says, hang on a minute, you've got too much in there, it's just too full. But I think I sometimes get carried away with the making. Right, I'm going to stitch just down that edge there. Actually, I'm going to wait until that glue dries a little bit. And then here I've put window envelope. So let us think about what I wanted to do on there, because I have had a thought. Let me just move that. What I thought I would do is, I've got a window envelope and I think I'm going to decorate it to go on a page for sure. So let's get rid of that little note. And my dilemma is, do I have it as one that you can flip up? Do I have it as a pocket? I don't know, but what I'm going to start by doing is cutting it down to size, because at the minute it's too big. So let's cut it down to size. So I want it no more than 5.5. And I don't want it that big at all, really. So I'm going to cut it so that I'm going to keep this, because that will make a nice pocket. Decorate it up and you've got collage it and you've got a pocket there. And I'm going to neaten that. No, I'm not. I'm going to think for a minute. So if that went on there like that, I could cut it down there, and then this bit, it would actually be that bit, could flip up. So it could be a tuck spot behind and it would flip up and I could have some papers inside. And I think I like the sound of that. So I need to open this side for sure. And then we'll see where we are. So this is going to be the inside of it. So I'm going to just level that up and get rid of this thicker bit here. So I think I'm going to, that's where the flap is glued on. So I think I'm going to take that off. Thinking on my feet, folks, here. So if it doesn't work out, hey ho. So that will be like that. I'm not worried that I can see there's a gap. Can you see there's that gap there? I'm not worried about that, because I'm going to put something in this window and then cover it on the back. So you're actually not going to see that. Take that bit off there. And I think what I wanted to do, so I've got my scraps. I have scraps. And I think that what I wanted to do, sorry, let me move up a bit. I've got this label that came with the kit. So I think that could go on there. I want to put the skull on it. So I need something to go at the bottom and down the side, don't I? I've got this green, haven't I? So I think that I might put these on here. Yep, I'm going for it, folks. And then that will get stuck behind, behind the window. Oopsie. So that's going to go on there. I'm going to have it so it's like that, kind of, like that. I want this face to go there. I think I'm going to do it like that. Yep. I'll have moved it, of course, by the time I come to glue it, without any doubt. So let's put that skull on there. These skulls and the extra little bits are from Andrea still. She's going to be putting them on her Ko-fi site. I think that's the right word for it. What does that look like just there? I like that. Yep, that's going on there. So Andrea has a Ko-fi site and she will be putting these on it. So you'll be able to get those shortly. Okay, that's going to go there. Can you see that? What do you think? I like it. So I'm going to tear him off under his chinny chin chin. Something sticky on my mat. I like that there. Can you see that? Do we like it there? I do. I do. Looking for my glue. Because I'm going to put the glue on this envelope window. I don't know if you can see me or not. Or you can. I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to put some glue around there. And then I'm going to cross my fingers that I've got it in the right place. And I have. There we go. What do you think? I like that very much. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to collage the front of this. With bits and pieces that I've got left over. What have I got left over? I'm going to fold it over at the top, I think, because that will just make sure that you can't see the top of that envelope, won't it? So yeah, I'm just going to collage it. I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to think, or hopefully I'm not going to think too much about it. I am just going to try and cover up as best as I can. And of course I will trim the edges. And it doesn't matter if I cover that a little bit. I don't know what I want to use. I'm going to use these brighter ones. These were from Andrea's autumn cluster kit, and I've used them already in the journal. And I think if you use papers that are slightly different from the kit, I think it's nice if you use them more than once in a journal. Just my personal preference. You see, I've got a tidy, but I'm forgetting to use it. I'm getting in a knot. Let me just put these papers away. Okay, I've just moved the kit page out the way because I'm tending to get a little bit messy and I don't want to get glue all over it and have to start again. Put that on there. If I'm gluing over a fold, I like to open it out to glue it because I feel that you get a better edge. Otherwise you get that crease line in it, don't you? I think I'm going to put that, I'm going to put that there, I think. Sorry, am I out of frame again? I'm going to put that there, but I want to cover this bit up first. I might add some of the green. That's annoying, isn't it? Sorry, do you know, watching me try and collage is, well, it's painful for me, so I think it must be painful for you guys too. I think I'm just going to do that on there. Yep. Glue. Couldn't find my glue, it's right under my nose. Hey ho. I want to cover that up. Sorry, I see I'm concentrating on me collaging. It's one of those things that I don't think I'm very good at, but I enjoy doing. If you know what I mean. They always seem to turn out okay, which I guess is always a good thing. I've got little bits of sticky paper everywhere. And I think I'm going to want to put that on there. I might have some more of that paper actually. Let me just search for it. Sorry folks. I knew I had. I have got some more of it. And I think I'm going to... And I think the good thing as well about collaging is if you don't like what you've done, you can collage over it, can't you? For sure. Oh, that was rubbish, Carol. That was rubbish. Let me just cut that with scissors. Too many bits and pieces laying around, look. I think I want this one that says laudanum. Where is that crease in the top? There. Okay, it's at the top of the skull, so that's good. Don't want the white bit on. I do, I'm going to cover that up. If I put that on there and that on there, that's what I'm going to do. See what it looks like. And ultimately, sorry, I've just moved away to use my glue book. Ultimately, if you don't like what you've collaged and you've ruined your envelope, well, we do get a lot of them through the post, don't we? We get an awful lot of envelopes through the post. I'm going to cover that up. And I'm going to put that on there. Like that. I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm sorry if I'm out of... I'm moving myself further and further off this table, aren't I? You see, I like that. I like that I've got those skulls at the top there. I like that I've got the skull there. It's got a couple of those on there. That can go there nicely. And I just want something to fill in that bit there. Come on, Carol, the clock's ticking. I'm just going to put that on there, I think. That's what I'm going to do. Move it down. Oops. This is really sticky now, folks. Really, really sticky. And again, I think this will end... Oh, I've lost it. Will end up being stitched around. I've lost the one I had. It's gone floating off, but I've got this bit here. I'm going to put that on there. Do you know, it's chucking it down with rain outside. Absolutely chucking it down. And I think I'm going to put that on there. Yeah. Oh God, how long has this taken me to do, folks? Too long. Too long. That's better. I'm happier with that. I might need to straighten that. My cutting's not always dead level. Right, let's get this on here. And then at least we'll get a feel for how it's going to be. How many minutes have I had you? 43 minutes. My goodness me, folks. Right, let me just get the book back. Okay, so I think I might need to cut it down because it's really close, because obviously I want that to be a flip that opens up, and then I'm going to cover the inside, and I might put some paper that comes down so that you've got more writing space in there. But it is slightly hanging over the edge, so I think I will be taking a little bit off either side of that, but that is going to be a tuck spot behind, and then that will flip up, so this will be writing space, and it may have some paper that folds down as well. So that's where I'm at. I don't know if I'll do another video showing making this. I'm going to put that to dry somewhere. But this is as far as I've got. I've nearly filled all the pages. We did that one. That's going to have something on. That's going to be a flip. I might put a flip on those 2 pages. I'm not too sure. But I'm going to get these other things put in and see how chunky it's feeling. And the next video you see may well be a flip through. I'm not sure. I've got a few days with my mum but I will be back. I do hope you like what I've been making, and I will see you soon. Take care all. Bye bye.